Morning.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey people, how are you?
Teacher.
Oh, it's
And
everyone.
teacher, how's it going?
Look here. Dr. Hopkinson are going with herself.
Indeed.
Yes,
The
these
book
are the
nice.
scenes with the fight.
The book nice. It turn up.
It's so violent and bloody.
It's hot and it's so
We
vivid.
love it. We love it.
And it no. Me want a movie. Me want a movie.
I know, right? Every time you read one of these books, it just
Yeah,
makes it, because of how cinematic, how
Yeah.
Yes.
descriptive and vivid the language is. It's like
Yeah,
you
man.
want to see what an interpretation.
And then in this, just the storytelling, the way she pulls you in, and the crafting and the tricks in the trade, and it's really an engaging. Yeah.
Apple and Netflix have money, but then they can't throw some her away.
Look here, yes.
I want to see the jab and her, and she's
Yes.
climbing up the CN Tower.
Look here.
I just love the idea of this CN Tower because I'm in a different part of North America, so I really do think about these structures that are in other countries that sky high and go down deep, and then you remember that Toronto have a second city. When it gets really cold, everything that is above ground is also underground, which is nice. So the idea of the CN Tower, reaching up to the heavens and going down to the depths of the earth or past the earth, and then
the
all of this
significance of
lightning
that.
and thunder and
Yeah,
wind,
man.
and I'm getting my full X-Men experience on here, and
Yes.
but Caribbean, but something that is very,
Very,
Dublin,
yeah.
Orisha is just beautiful to have all of that brought out here.
And then also that thing of, the thing of memory that's in the blood, but also remembering the things your grandmother tell you that you never understand what she tell you because you never pay attention. And then in the moment when she's saying, "Oh, hold on there," and then the snippets coming back to her, and her, that really just the way she kind of. It wasn't a big aha, I'm in my power. It was slowly. I mean, she came to the end.
It was almost a mantra because what was it that she kept on saying? Instinct. Instinct. Just, don't just think instinct.
Yes.
Going back to instinct. And it was repeated, and that's all she could hold on to.
That is all.
I just love it that our protagonist is a nursing mother.
Yes.
Baby is still on the breast, and here she is fighting war.
Yes.
With spirit, and
Can you imagine that movie poster with the baby hanging off the breast and the warrior pose?
Listen, we might get censored for that thought, but anyway, yes, we can totally imagine that. But yeah, serious thing. No, man.
So I hate to be jumping ahead.
No,
in the chat, but it's something that I wasn't sure because as I was telling you guys sometimes, because I've been listening to the audiobook, and a couple of times I'm listening to it. I'm on a flight, and usually immediately as the flight takes off, I fall asleep. So I missed some little chunks because the book's still going on, but I missed a couple of chunks. So when the duppy basket or whatever, the duppy bowl, when that breaks and her mom is basically set free, there was another spirit. Is that her dad? And it was the dad. Is the dad the baby?
So
go ahead, Fabian, and then I will.
Yeah, because the dad named Dunstan, right? Dunstan?
Yes.
No, but that was the lover. That was grandma. That was mama's other lover.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That was mama's other lover. It was not.
He's not the one in the calabash. He's not the one.
Calabash.
But there's a spirit in the calabash that has gone into the baby.
Right.
But this was the one that was channeling through Ti-Jeanne's mother.
No, man, there's another one. When Ti-Jeanne is released,
right,
there's another spirit,
another spirit,
that got freed.
Yes, it was bound
that went into Bolo.
Yep.
Yes. But I don't think it's the father.
But it's not the
I'm not clear who it is either, but I don't. It's not the father.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I need to reread that, but that spirit definitely went into the baby, and changed his whole demeanor, like almost like, this is where I was born. And even though it was brief, it was a very chilling moment, like the way she described that entry into the baby. It was very like, woo. I shivered a little. But you felt it, like the baby was otherworldly, and just the way they reacted to Tony, and all the other things, and also the way Ti-Jeanne responded to him, like the annoyance, the kind of dismissal. There was a very kind of almost adversarial relationship.
But I think by that time too, Ti-Jeanne is realizing the weight that is put up on her, right?
Yes,
she has to know she's saving everyone.
Because
further down, and I think it's still in that part of 11. Like she's realizing that here she is, mama, she losing this. Everything depends on her. She has to even save the person that killed her grandmother.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
She has
it's
to.
It's very much Dunstan. It says so. It's Dunstan going to the baby.
So that is not her father. That is the mother's other.
Who used to beat up.
Yes.
Yes. The one who she cheated on Rudy with.
Oh, remember, Michael, you probably missed that.
No,
so Mama was
the mother or the grandmother.
So remember, Rudy used to beat up
the grandmother.
Right.
The grandmother, not the mother. Right.
So because Rudy and Grosjean produced Mijan.
Right.
Right.
So so the grandmother's other man is Dunstan, who was the spirit. Okay, I get you.
Yes.
Okay. But he's not a nice man.
So he trapped. Yes. So it's sleeping fitfully in Romney Jenny's arms. Baby jerked once hard. Dunstan's soul and his new body finally were truly one. Then he fell into a peaceful coma deep sleep. No longer Grosjean's doomed second husband. Nothing but a baby now. That's the end of chapter 11. And the beginning of chapter 11, she quotes from Ti-Jeanne and his brothers.
Yes.
Yeah. And Bolam said, ask him for my life. Oh God, I want all this to happen to me. And Ti-Jeanne said, is life you want, child? You don't see what it brings. And Bolam said, yes, Ti-Jeanne, life. Look here, though. Look here. The layering and the borrowing and the interweaving. Yeah. This is a seriously. It's a lovely read. It really, really is, and has all it has the Gothic elements, but also very Caribbean, very African, very rooted in who we are, and also the lessons for today of remembering who you are and your power, and as them say, fighting against principalities that you're fighting against.
Now, one of the Christians call it witchcraft and devil worship.
Yes, but everything that is not Anglo is for some people is witchcraft. But I know it's that whole thing of when I taught popular music of the Caribbean at UA, it was always heartbreaking but not surprising. Every time we get to anything, African, the drumming and and then worse, Haitian, rah, and even jab, in carnival, demon. And I used to have to pause and talk about it and say, this is the way we've been taught to hate ourselves, that anything that is us, because it's been removed from us. So what and then also how things are presented. The villain is black. The cartoon, people are, and so some of the students used to say, oh yeah, it's true. And I say, well, what is feeding your response? And then they acknowledge that they don't, it's what they hear. It's a knee-jerk thing. African, drumming, dark. And then even that thing of, you know, them speaking in these things, and you know, I had a thing with a colleague of mine. I taught at a high school in Jamaica once, and she was very Christian, dance, and once she was talking about how you have to be careful about these influences and yoga, the entry for the demon. I said, yoga is an entrance point for demons? What? She said, yes, it makes you susceptible. And then I said to her, I said, so when you're in your church, right, and people are speaking in an unknown tongue, oh, you know what they're saying? Oh, you know it's kosher. And I don't know, because you don't know what they're saying.
They're supposed to be an interpreter when that happens.
Yeah. And the same thing as I'm saying, you know, so that thing of that, but if it's coming from an African place and with drumming, then it's evil and it's wrong. And then how Ti-Jeanne begins to understand not only when she realizes who and what Jab is, and then also her relevance in it, how she fits in the story, is for me, it's lovely. It's harrowing because what she's going through at the time is so painful and thing, but it's such a beautiful moment of, okay, so she stopped fighting. Some horrible things have happened.
Fighting in the flesh because she have the more control of the flesh.
Thank you.
And it goes back, if you want to get more biblical, when it's like we're not fighting flesh, it's higher power.
Yes.
And again, she keeps repeating, instinct, don't think. Because thought, if we equate it with the sort of Western intellectualism, then of course we're going to try and figure out something practical and something logical. And this is not the same sort of logic. This is not that. She has to, because then she didn't even realize until she realizes when she's calling on ancestors, she's calling on the Orishas, right? But then she also, and that's what this whole idea, that's why it's a visual to this idea of the tower. She thinks about the tower and how it rises up to the heavens and rises up to the sky. And that's where she's thinking, okay, may I go back to Guinea land? This is the help I need. I'm thinking, and up there is the realm of the Orishas. And then when she's going down on the ground level now, she's just like, but what is almost like Hopkinson is saying to us, well, what about the people them that this man wronged? Call up them up there too. Call up the ones that
she said, let me call up everybody. Yes.
He is taking everything from, is like this is what should do Rudy, everything that's come so.
Yeah. And I also think she realized that even though, you know, he's now diminished to the old man, he's strong and powerful, she needed everybody. She said, let me call up everybody. Let me call up everybody because you need a reckoning. And even that thing of, you know, those moments where, you know, Barry and Crick can't see her, but she that beautiful, and then she can't see him, and then that moment when you know he's just reduced to the old man. I'm like, yeah, man, it's an experience. It really is an experience that pulls you right into the story. And I love the way she builds it up, and then you're forced to remember, oh yes. So I felt like Ti-Jeanne, who is having these moments of remembering, being the reader doing the same thing, thinking back to what has gone before, like, oh yes, yes. So feeling like I'm in there with Ti-Jeanne, and she's having this, I'm also pulling from the past of having read before for this moment. It was a really nice feeling.
And it leaves you with a brief state of helplessness, right? Because you know how the brain works. As you know, the way Michael was saying, how sometimes chipping and chip out. For me, my brain won't read further along. So I have to pause it, I have to go back, because then I run the risk. Every time I'm reading something exciting, this happens to me, where I run the risk of imagining things that are not written on the page. Because the excitement and the sequence of events are sped up. It's like my brain is seeing these things. I'm like, no, that's not what happened. Let me go back again.
And the way your brain works, yes.
And let me go read how this duppy, because even the way she got help, like when they were running away first, and it's your classic. You have to do that to your heroes, right? You have to do that to your heroines. You have to do that to your main people. You take everything from them. You fling everything at them. You have to make the reader, the viewer, believe that there's no escape. And at some point I was like, well, how are they gonna get out? How is she gonna get out of this? And then out comes other characters, you know, to help.
Yeah.
And then it makes sense because you realize, well, yeah, it's not just she won. And this is now when it becomes not just about the family that we're getting to know in terms of Ti-Jeanne, goes on. Then you realize, okay, there's a whole world out there. And then she takes some time to describe what people are seeing when you're walking around, right? That kind of dystopian society that is out there. And then you're like, oh, yes, there are other characters. There are other people feeling this. Like, Rudy has really been that piece of shit.
And just to say for folks who will join us and may watch later, you know, we have to just apologize that we did say 8-11, but we blame the writer for making us have to talk about things beyond 11.
Oh my gosh.
Because the way, and the chapters were actually got shorter, and it just pull you in. And just
12 is like, is what two sentences or something?
Yeah, 11 is 2 pages. 11 is 2 pages. Yeah, they got shorter, and so and then that wonderful, you know, the war scene, but also just the malevolence of Rudy, that ceremony.
Oh my goodness, that ceremony was
cutting open her leg and putting the buff in there, and then him telling her, him making sure, like, as him say, I don't want you to miss anything.
Yes, I want you to feel this.
I want you to feel, but also hear. Somebody got to tell you, I want you to feel it. And what a horrible man.
But you know, that's a short time for me. In everything, every time a villain decides that they're going to explain to the victim what is going on, me say, all right, me know your downfall coming very quickly.
Yeah, man.
Anytime the villain them chat too much.
You chat too much.
You chat too much.
It's not going to be pretty.
The hubris.
And then that, you know, and then that just that whole thing of the Orishas, all of them coming out, and the descriptions and the colors, and then also Melba with her skin over her arm. That when she I'm like, whoa, and I kept saying, can you imagine this on a screen? Can you imagine, like, as they're all coming, and then the way the Orishas talk to each other, and say, after she said, no man, you clean that up. Get to that.
Melba was a Sukuyan.
Yes, who
hence the skin over there.
And then he skinned her. Yes, she was the zombie-like one who was doing all the cleaning up. And then he explained that he talked about that you need one of them too. And he said they're not so bright.
But also the Sukuyan.
I remember he didn't say they're low functioning. They're not so bright.
And that's how she catch them.
Yeah, but also the Sukuyan does that. The Sukuyan sheds their skin to go do it.
Yes, but then also how Ti-Jeanne member said with her mother
had to go back.
She actually tap and count the things there.
Right, yes. And the blood. Yes.
And I said, yeah. I was like, hello.
Shawna.
Shawna, if you're gonna speak, all you have to say is bearded girl. But yeah.
Oh boy.
Hi guys.
Oh my
God. You know your horse.
Shawna, could I get with that voice? Could I get cast as well the spirit there in that movie?
Just a talk about the Sukuya and the fighting and the ritual with Rudy.
And then of course, the pure delight of this line. Rudy is bull bucker, it said quietly. So you have to be Duppy Conqueror. They say, yeah.
Right.
Talk the things.
Nala is writing this and is giving you, I'm going to give you Jamaica, I'm going to give you Cuba, I'm going to give you, I'm going to go to Eastern Caribbean, I'm going to give you all the things.
A cornucopia. I'm giving it all to you.
Yeah, you're going to hear phrasing culturally from almost every single Caribbean territory that you can latch on to. I love it. Yeah.
And also what was really, really powerful and disturbing and harrowing, but then also just the joy of her pulling back from it was the surrender, was Ti-Jeanne giving up. When she said, me go lean into this because I'm done. Me tired, Rudy. So you go win. And her consciously just saying, I'm letting go. And then the jab come and say, "Ah, little girl, what you do?" yeah. Because she had proper, it was like 2 sets of gunpowder left. Because she had said, "Yeah, man," and she was watching with almost relish as each one lit up, because she was getting closer to the oblivion.
Yeah,
that she was now ready to embrace, with her having lost her mother and Grosjean gone, and that was just like really.
This is, and I don't mean to sound morbid, but reading that section, I'm just like, I wonder if this is how one feels when you're about to transition. And because some people, when they say their dreams, say, my dream seemed the other day, and boy, him good, him happy, him spirit light, and I'm like, like, wow. And I'm like,
and that's the thing about death. Like some people, some people who, and you hear the stories tell that some people let go, them decide to them done.
Yeah.
That physically they shouldn't have got. They decided that them gone. And in the same way that quite a few people who, even if they've been having suicidal ideation before, when they stop and they're good, a lot of them they've decided. And some of them actually celebrate, have dinner with people, and they're saying their goodbye because they've that release of, okay, so we're done. Yeah, and that she really, and with each stage she takes us in it. And then what is interesting for me is the juxtaposition of Ti-Jeanne flying. She's ascending. She's in the air while having this release. The bodies now. She's watching her own body, and she said, "Yeah, man, me done. Yeah, Rudy, you win."
I don't know if it's. I know that's what it said, but for me, it just felt like a seduction. It felt like that deep contemplation is almost like, I can see why this nice.
Yeah, man, but she was ready. She was ready.
And
then she said, "You know what?" Then when she realized who the jab is, and then the met, she said, "Hold on there. The cry cream, but change my mind." And then she let Rudy have it. And even that just did that reduction of him to the old man. Like the powers drain out of him, and just like.
Now that scene I would love to see.
That whole scene. Yes.
Just, me love a retribution.
Yes.
We just love it.
And
the vengeance is nice.
In 2 million them. She just posts them up and just throw them once.
I don't wish that on my mortal enemies, so I have to live the retribution in art.
On you and your house. On you.
So I always love a story with some vengeance.
And then like that, as the 2 Orisha said, "Look, wash where the body, wash where that." and then Yama just step over it. She just step over him. I just wash him away. Yeah. The vengeance was epic and very gratifying.
And this is out of left field, but I'm reading it, and these Orishas, and I know this is not what the Orishas are doing, but I just thought of the Matrix, the first time Mr. Man getting powers and the bullet them just a fly, and him start live in power, and I'm just like, what would that look like?
Yes.
To realize that you are more powerful than you've ever given yourself credit for.
Yes.
And at that point, nothing can harm you. Even though you are battered, bruised, your body has gone through some harrowing things. Yeah. But mentally, you have connected with something so divine and so much more powerful than you that it almost seems like nothing.
And you're not alone. And I think of you. I come as many. I'm a legion.
Listen,
really.
And
also the different way the Orishas are depicted. Whether it is what does the water look like? How does and sometimes you see some beautiful representations. Shango. How the lightning manifests. Is it a rod? Is it above his head? And I like she takes her own liberty with and that.
The yellow and all of this stuff.
And the healer, and how Legbara or Legba is a trickster, and then the one who's housing the diseases. It's also a wonderful lesson in mythology and Orisha and the Yoruba culture. It's rich,
and that we have access to it. She has access to this, It reminds me of this. There's an interview with Maya Angelou, and she talks about when she goes into a room, and she says you must bring your ancestors with you. Bring people with you. She says that you don't feel like you're alone.
You're not.
You must just call them. Say, come with me. You know.
Shawna-Kae Burns, I invite you to cast your mind back to a time we shared together with the Orishas. In a production we did, and Karl Williams, you brought this play to life. In the red and brown water.
Yes, sir.
Because you know how Terrell writes it. The characters are named after Orishas and they call up their name because it says, Shango extends his hand to Oya, she take Akuchi not, and we had manifestations. We call the Orisha name and the Orisha them show up and mount people in the production. In the show. Almost every night.
If you call them, they're gonna come,
Of course. Because the way the play is written, we are repeatedly calling their names. And it happened. And the first night they have actor, the next night they might whisper me if it cost them freak because they're afraid now because it's travel and then it lick other people and really powerful, like wow, and then we have to bless the space, and then when we don't
that's right, I have to keep them alcohol.
We hear and we could close because somebody she say our spiritual advisor say Legba will come and hide the people and prop the next production, so she say you have to close the space when they're done and we do a liquor. And what was interesting, so a lot of the actors who were a little squirrely in the beginning, most of them participated at the end because having gone through it, we said to them as a look on the on stage and I have to look after each other. And with the lead actress, and he got almost every night. And at the end they were on a box and they had to hold her because she got and then one night she traveled like 2 hours, don't it, Shawna? We couldn't let nobody backstage.
Yeah, Oya.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know if you can hear me, but Oya really mounted her.
And one time you think she gone, she came back. Yeah. Remember she had that pose the way she sat in the chair?
During the daytime, during rehearsal time.
Okay.
We were calling the actress's name, real name. She couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
And then we said, Oya. And she looked up.
Oh, yeah. And we offer her water and she said no. And then one time she was gone for a moment. And we said, okay, and we went into the dressing room and Chantal came in and looked and said, that's not Shanika. We said, because she went back into there's a way she sat on stage as Oya, the pose came back. And it took a while afterwards. Yeah, man, it was something else. real something. And the actor who played Shango, the first time I went one night him and he kept, Shango does her dirt and he said, I'm sorry. So Shawna was holding and I'm holding him.
Yeah.
And what he said, and he went down on his knees and said, my belly. And he came back, but she traveled for long after. So it's interesting when you see, and we hear those things, there was some proper mountains in Kumina. NDTC and Lakatko. I've seen it in Lakatko. Because when
when we used to close the show with
Jamaica folk singers like this and all.
When you go into that realm and that space and you call and then you also become present and open to the presence and whether you're singing the songs and the libations and the thing, and Ti-Jeanne had to have her moment of stepping into the circle and allowing herself to access what was always hers.
I remember one time my voice sounds clear. I remember one time at Philip Sherlock as well. When we're doing Maharani's Misery, with the red cloth and the white rum, and there was one night in particular that's in my memory. The entire place felt different. The people in the audience was telling us that scene felt louder and powerful and eerie, and it just felt otherworldly. It wasn't just us there.
No,
it wasn't just
when we did Black Bodies, which had a lot of people being mounted and things. That one night, Darian and they talked about feeling different and them say, "I know we won." And when they were coming back around after, they said they felt it. and they look and say, "On the feel it." Yeah, and then the performances were different. Like sometimes looking at people, one night Keanu, when he was doing Teller, just something else was happening. And it's an interesting thing about not helping them not to be afraid, not to pull back. And then in rehearsal process, so it's almost a reintroduction to yourself. I say, you know, these are the first night, the two drummers, one of them, he refused to help drum when the person was being mounted. And the second night, he apocalypse him, saying, afraid. He was afraid. That's he realized that the drummer, you are a drummer, and drummers are the connection. And him said, boy, sir, we did afraid. But the other nights he was fine. But that first night, with it in front of him, he said he was afraid. And one of them, the drummer, his parents pulled him out. He didn't want to pull out, but he was very close to them. So he told them what happened. And they said, what? If that's going on there, people, you can't be there. And they pulled him out of the show. He didn't want to, but because, you know, but yeah. And Rushing said, boy, sir, me afraid. Me never.
You know, every time I hear these things, I feel like, why don't we have a more general education about these things? And I'm in two minds about it. Because if you do that, you will get rudies. You'll get a lot of rudies as well. Yes. Right? You won't always get the people who are well-intentioned. Yeah. So, you know, we
are told, or I don't know about other Caribbean islands, but I think for us, it's funny how in our education, whether it's religious or just in general historical education, we know of these things, we dismiss it, but we fully acknowledge it, but then we rubbish it. So no go to Nyabingi, don't go to Kumina, don't go. But if we rubbish it as unreal and those things are not true and not go so, why the fear? So there has to be something inside of us, whether we acknowledge it or not, that knows it's real. Yeah.
And I find the spaces, like even in theater arts, where they do the traditional forms, and all this you always say, unless they've done JCDC or something, it's the first time they've had a detailed deconstruction and an exploration and the connection of the dots. And so many of them say, oh, there's this kind of, one of my students, talent, she was in Tribes and for a while. She said, boy, and she sang and she said, boy, sir, the theater art, what we do the theater arts for? She said, so I said to her, introduce you to yourself. She said, sir, you love them like a philosophical something there, sir. He said, you can't just give me. And about 2 weeks later, I think we're doing in the folk form section. She came back in and she stand up at the door. She said, sir, you know something I like you, but me love you. And she said, this is what I said that we say, Obiam. And she said, sir, last night me I study and me I prepare. And what you said to me makes sense. I felt like I met myself in learning. She said, how you didn't know? She said, boy, sir, me understand what you mean now. Because somewhere in my, she said, in my head and in my heart, it came together. And she said, even all the theater and plays and speech and drama I've done before and the singing, me understand now what you meant, why us studying theater arts is important. And I said, yeah. I said, that's the only way I could have said to you is going to introduce you to yourself if you pay attention. And that's so important, for us, because we're forced to almost forget, whether it's the middle passage and all that other stuff and the mixing up of the language and the separating of families. It was our exercise in making us forget and to become lost and isolated in the world. And these things, these stories, these orishas, these drumming is the reconnection.
I like the pan Caribbean approach that you take.
Yes.
Right, because we know the oral history. A lot of this is not written. So with oral, everything is going to change. There'll be a letter dropped, a syllable added or dropped.
And I liked that because at first I was like, this is inaccurate. And then I thought, no. And I'm sure it was probably deliberate.
Peas and rice and peas.
Change up some things. Yeah, man.
Peas and rice and peas, cotton and cane.
Yes.
Anything else you want to do?
Chicken curry chicken.
Yeah, man. And some of them with her, some of them like the 3-4 lines correct and then 2 words different. And I said, I feel like this was either her memory or intentional. She did a shift. and then the borrowing from the different languages and the cultures. Yeah, it makes sense. And then sometimes there are 3 or 4 embedded in a chapter, not just at the beginning. She weave them in inside the chapter itself. Yeah.
There's a question in my book because it comes with these reading group guide. And one I want to share with everyone. It says Ti-Jeanne has the power to see the manner in which people die, but she cannot see her own death. Would you want to know about your own death?
Nope.
I think that's a hard no for me.
Very hard no. Very hard no.
I might.
Maybe not.
You might want to know, Shawna. Yeah.
Maybe not a hard no. Maybe not a hard no.
I know.
Would it shape you to live your life differently if you knew?
Or the when, like, yeah, or the when.
Oh, the how is different from the when, indeed.
Yes.
I don't think it make a difference for me.
I mean, suppose I knew I was gonna live till 90.
Because
as opposed to 60.
Yeah, there's nothing I think that I could ramp up anyway, because I'm ramping it up as much as I can ramp it up.
Yeah,
anyway, I just take it. So, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Or for some people, I guess if you were planning to do it 20 years later,
down.
and you have 5, you say, okay, them 20 things if I did 20-year plan, I figure out.
Yeah, maybe if I was 21, I'd want to know, because at one point I was like, I wonder how I'm going to die, all of that, thinking, now that I'm over 50 and most of my life is behind me. And
so you think?
I don't need that. Some people just like, oh, I want to live till them son. I don't know about this live till son thing.
No, I've always said that.
I don't really know.
I've always said that. I'm not sure if I want to live until 100. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing when you have the centurions and the thing, but there's also a part of me that kind of goes, but do I want to be around for years?
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Dick Van Dyke, right? Who, when you see him, is hopping, skipping, jumping, and I'm like, maybe, if I'm like that jolly, there's no way to tell.
Right.
Will I be that jolly?
Yeah. And then some
people, guy,
yes,
or or the other thing, I don't know.
Yeah. So what is the quality of life and the presence?
Right.
Yeah.
But I do meet more people now who just are so inspiring. People, 80s, 90s, and when you hear them talk about plans and dreams, it makes me realize, oh yeah, because they're living. So if you're living and you're blowing breath, you must have plan. You have a plan.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Rather than thinking, oh, you're in your 90s, you don't have any dreams and plans. When
any day now, right?
Yeah, any day. Well, like no, them have them plan. Like we got brunch or we got drink.
Here in limbo.
I love to see older people out at brunch and drink. I love to see it. Love to see dancing.
It's like all my student and things and me are the older people, them feel so them can get to their in that age group.
It is amazing.
Yeah, can we hear them say she was old? How old she was 35.
Like really? Do you know how old I am?
Context.
I'll give you a joke. This past weekend, one of my high school friends and I linked up, and she was over by me, and I had some old pictures of us at high school, and she was saying, boy, I may never look good. So she takes some pictures and sent it to her 17-year-old daughter. And she's like, boy, we never look good as Pitney, but blah, 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 blah. Not like you nowadays. Her daughter replies and says, yeah, man, we'll just look just as bad, but it's just that our phone quality is better than your phone quality. So we stopped and we said, our pictures were not taken with phones.
Yeah, let me tell you. Back in the days when I say you had to screen test, you better look good on the screen,
Cameras, honey.
That's what came up with the camera. When they said the camera have to love you.
Yes. Just that concept that there was a time in the 70s when that pictures were not immediately taken with phones.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
She was like, darling, we had to take it, and then we take the film to the shop
to develop.
We had to develop it.
And then when the instant cameras came and it was this thing. Yeah, but even and so you talk to some of these kids, they've never mailed a letter.
Yeah.
They've never been to a post office. They don't know about Telegram.
Telegram is now a messaging app.
What is the primary means of communication here in this entire story going on?
Spiritual realm.
It's mostly spiritual because
and face to face and spiritual. Yep.
Face to face and spiritual.
Yeah.
It's like
because the society brought down everything. All the things brought
all
down.
right, has cleverly left out the phone. Because mention no phone now. Once I'm wondering whoever get the screenplay or adapting this. I wonder if we're going to see phone popping up or some sort of
because it seems
monitor.
like only that woman who get the heart only that seems to be the only space where there's any kind of technology and operating room. So clearly in this dystopia.
No, man, there is
and the shopping mall had electricity.
I was about to say, maybe I didn't understand it, but there was a scene where the kids were explaining to Ti-Jeanne how they made it seems like it was more than them. So like
man. With the recording. But they still didn't seem to have phones though. So they had
it's not phones, but in terms of any type of
tech.
Type of situation
because they were in that mall area. They
which
were
had generators
and the stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing was lovely where they made it sound like it was more of them. So but the phone and the laptop and the thing is not in this realm.
In this realm. But I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying that they were talking about what the future might look like in terms of technology and beyond us. And the response was, yeah, we're heading somewhere. We're heading to a place where everybody's going to know everything about everybody. That's where all the leaking and the data and all that
right now there actually is no privacy.
If you're smart enough to break the tech,
because people
know everything.
Even some entities that say them not keeping the information they are.
Yeah.
And I tell people you must say Google yourself and see what comes up.
I remember the first time I did this, and I was just like, huh?
Yep.
Oh. And then you realize at some point, you fill out enough things.
Yeah.
But also, for people like us who have been, performers and whatnot.
No, we are out there.
Yeah, but there's only a certain part of us that is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like everybody else who they live on social media and everything about themselves and put up. We tend to put up the things that we want people to see.
We want to put
and not the other stuff. So that is the only things really for us that is out there.
The way it's working now, sometimes some of the private things are going on.
Maybe it depends where you've been hacked or whatever. But
you can find it, yes.
You can find, but it's not out there.
Yeah,
I mean, for us, mostly it's what we want out there that is out there.
Yeah. But the other piece of that though is that there even some young people or students that we know that are not tech wizards can get the stuff that is not out there easily because they know how to.
It's because they operate in a different world.
In that yes.
Yeah, which is kind of similar to some of the stuff going on in the book, just in terms of how Ti-Jeanne had to operate very differently from Grosjean.
Mm-hmm.
And how we then assume the child will then, oh my gosh, there was something that I could not understand and I can't remember right now. I don't even know if this is where we are. Was it the spirit of was it the baby?
Oh yes, before you came on. Dunstan's spirit has gone into the baby.
Why?
Because he was in the bowl. Rudy had trapped him in the calabash as well.
So I was wondering if that was setting us up for a part 2 of the book, because even when I got to the end, I was just like, was that explained to me and I missed it?
Yeah,
I don't, why?
And also, and I mentioned before you came on, Sean, as well, that in that very short chapter 11, she also pulls from the bottom in Ti-Jeanne and his brothers. When you say you want life, and you see your life stay, and the bottom say yes. So she's clearly doing a throwback to that the baby seemed to have been maybe born to be a channel for Dunstan, because the baby relaxed. There was the shift in the baby's demeanor when the spirit entered him.
And if you believe what people say, all the time people say baby can't see spirit. Baby see spirit. So
baby an animal.
Baby an animal, see spirit.
And also that moment in that epic, that scene we want to be a movie where Grosjean blows a kiss at Ti-Jeanne. Remember when she says to her, she winks at her? Yeah.
Oh, when she comes in the spirits in the
Yeah. It's almost like yes, me child. I see you.
Neat.
What you two be showing on the wall back there?
This is just black cake that's going on. Anyway, we move it away before copyright. We do not own the rights to black cake.
Right.
That was
I like black cake, and I used to tweet, and the actress who played the lead role responded to me a few times and said thank you for the acknowledgement. Yeah, she was very sweet. I quite liked it. I liked black cake.
So now,
what's going on?
What is the question? So okay, this is one more question that pertains to the section that we read. And, we can all just shoot the breeze with it. Look up descriptions of the major Orisha spirits. So that's coming next time we meet.
Right.
Why do you think Ti-Jeanne is chosen by Legbara?
Well, she had to be. She is the one that crossed over everything. So but the crosser, the guard of the other realm. She's literally the one that brought the past and the future to the present. I think her embodiment, she had to be, and she was the middle. Again, we don't see any fulfillment of her in the daughter, in the babe, but having Grosjean, Mijan, her in the middle, the father, the grandfather, all of that, and what her future is meant to be. And she's the one who had to settle the score. She was the one who really she was the agitator and the troublemaker for Rudy, for everything, much like how Legba is, but also he is the one that Rudy made the deal with Legba, right? Back in
because that's the one you do. It's the whatever tale you believe in, whether it's the devil at the crossroads, but then Legba, if you believe in Papa Legba, that's the guardian of the crossroads,
right?
And this is our character.
But also, I just Google so Elegua, which is Legba, Legbara, same, right? Yes, but must be honored first in ceremonies to ensure smooth communication with the other Orishas. So you kind of have to start there, and especially since we have to cop everybody, you have to start there.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's I definitely give it to that. This idea of him choosing her because she is not fully in, and she's not fully
out.
Yeah, she never get the training. She the full training. Grandma died, and so him can't take care of her. He's like, all right, come.
Yeah, and also that piece of, when them say your mark is you. This is your destiny. You are the one with the second side. Because like you have your brother and sister them that have it. You have the second side. You are the one who can hear spirit, and the other sibling them can't hear. So it's you. And I think that seems to be something in Ti-Jeanne's story as well, that she's the one. And I think Grosjean having kind of fumbled with Mijan and it driving Mijan crazy.
Yeah.
Realized that
Grosjean
knew that it wasn't her. She knew it wasn't she, Grosjean.
That
it was Ti-Jeanne. And in her own way, she tried to teach her and get her ready, but that resistance and ting. Yeah, so Legbara also knew that is, which is why she kept getting the visions of the jab. Was trying to teach her, and those visions were her lessons, so on, so to speak. So she was the one for always, even though she was resisting and running and never understand and never want it.
But I'm yet to meet someone, whether it be Jamaican or any other background that I speak to here. Normally it's someone a little bit closer to Caribbean culture, African culture, Black American culture, whatever you want to call it, in a family where, this idea of getting a quote unquote gift, seeing something or dreaming, there's usually one in every family. I'm not saying that it must happen, but I know in my family that's something that, I remember my family had that gift.
Yeah.
And it was told to me that it would be someone else would get it. Like, it's every generation, someone.
That's what some people believe. Yes.
Some people believe that, to have dreams, and even people that don't necessarily ascribe to a strict belief system, whether or religion. I've heard them just casually speak to me. My dream seal.
Yeah.
The other day.
Yeah. That's a thing in our culture.
My dream seal.
And then spirit can also dream you. My granny dream me.
Right.
So the spirit will dream you. Yes.
Just even that phrasing. So if somebody say, I dreamt about it last night. Oh yeah, what you dream about? Versus me dream you. Dream you sounds so much different than I dreamt about it last night.
Yes.
When dream you sounds very
language thing. Yes.
When my father died, and by the way, it's 3 years yesterday. When my father died,
oh wow,
yeah, like days after, everybody's like, "So him dream you yet? Him dream you yet?"
Yes.
Because everybody's like, it's expected that he's gonna visit.
Yeah.
Him dream you. So.
My dad was 5 years. 5 years this month too.
Wow.
Yeah, and in some families, more than one person gets the gift. And then what's interesting is that sometimes there's a difference. Sometimes the people who get the dreams are not the dream interpreters.
No, they never
are. Something that gift is with somebody else.
I'm supposed to tell it.
In villages and things, them know, go to mother so-and-so or ma so-and-so, and then we tell you what the dream mean.
Also, when you get message, you're supposed to say it, Some people swallow message. People don't say what they dream, because sometimes you don't know who to tell, right?
Yes.
Who should I tell this? And
it's strange. And interestingly, when I was doing research for in the red and brown water, and onto some less extent black bodies, that in the Yoruba religion, the belief is that the ancestors possess you, and you are meant to remember.
Right.
Not to forget. Because in some other things, when people travel, when they come back, they don't remember till late. It is believed that the ancestors mean for you to remember.
Which is a difference.
Which a difference. It is intentional. It's not for you to forget and then dream it later. Them come to give a message.
And so you always say why you remember some dreams and don't remember some
others, right?
Yes. Yeah. One of the dancers from Lakatko, Karma, I never forget, when he was living in Mumbai and we coming to watch Lakatko season, and they had Lancelot had redone and got like a deeper in a Kumina. We didn't name it Kumina this. And Karma was the queen, and Karma had maroon roots. I mean, in a little theater, sit down, and when them dance, when they come back for a section, and there was this kind of galloping thing, and when we look at Karma, I said, okay, that is not Karma. That is another somebody. And I forget who I was with, and I said to them, and then when I looked, it went off, like less dancers came, and I said, And I said to the person, I said, I think I'm going to go backstage because, and then every time Karma came back on, she looked less like herself. And I said to the person, I'm going to go backstage because I kind of think.
Give me a moment.
And when I went backstage, of course, she traveled, and I had to walk with her. And as Stein said, you share answer. because you have to say, Karma, is that you? You have to ask her, and that you only answer. And she will up on the drummer. She answered me, so Lantern said, "You keep talking to her." And so the show not finishing. Some people have to go. Some dancers couldn't go on, so I had to carry her outside and show done. And it was a while that she came. Sometimes she look at me and then she gone again. And when she finally came out, I said, "Karma, is that you?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Who am I?" She said, "Fabian." I said, "Where we there?" She looked and she said, "We're at Liquor Theatre, we're outside." And she said she remembers feeling a feeling when she had that under the Queen. And it was like a day or two later, she called Steins and said she remembers where she went in the mile traveling. When she described it to Steins, it sounded like a slave cave.
Okay.
It sounded like a holding. What she described sounded like where slaves were held before. Yeah, man. And some of those things frighten people. And I guess my history and in art and ting. Yeah, I saw it and I said, "No, man, this no." And then when I noticed, I said, "Two dancers never come on back after." Because people drop down backstage. And I said to the person, I said, "Me have to go back. I think I need to go backstage."
I always kind of wonder, because they say some of these things are very inherent. And so I had the opportunity, you guys know, to go to Ghana. And on 2 different occasions, we were in slave holes. Obviously, this is very big, a regular thing. That's a part of the tours. They start on the continent. And, they were just recounting stories of how many people come and they're dislocated and they're crying and they do all type of things. And I wondered how I would have felt. I don't want to say I felt nothing, but I didn't feel, I think, what I thought I was going to feel.
Right.
Or what. But then, it's not a brag or whatever. It's a wonder, really.
Yeah.
I've been in so many spaces like that. And I always go, I wonder why they not choose me. Yes, there's something wrong.
Not a thing.
It could also be, that those aren't your ancestors.
Yeah.
Because there's other places in Africa that your ancestors could have come from.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Or your spiritual makeup is different. Like there's some people who, if drum beat too hard, them gone.
No, so what I will tell you
Other
is
people,
that I have always thought myself to be very spiritually grounded in terms of the fact that from high school trips, college trips, anything there, and as Fabian I say, there are some people, as you said, 2 drum. I did that.
Yep.
I'm good. I've definitely felt shifts sometimes, not necessarily within me, but within cultural space.
Yeah, and energies.
Yeah, man.
Because you can feel energies, so that could be a thing.
Yeah.
So, even in church, I don't get moved like that. I don't get moved.
That has happened to me.
That don't happen to me. That has never happened to me. It don't happen to me with anything like that. I know that when I hear Kumina, I feel a particular way, even though I've been told by a couple of people that they just literally said, "It's not your ancestor." That so nobody. I know you. So, but because I've been just told point blank, I know you.
But you are inspired by it.
But I'm inspired by it, and I do feel moved by it.
I know your ancestor. That.
I know your ancestor. No, I know you.
Point blank. Fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yes, it's fine. So, but I think even though I don't get moved by those things, I guess it's the same thing. I'm grounded in a certain way. I don't get moved by those things so easily. I do feel that I tap into another level of understanding anyway, because I can read people in a sense. From I meet them or from I encounter them, we can read them.
Yeah,
very energy.
We can read the energy.
Everybody's gifts are different. Everybody's is different. Yeah,
and what you are able to do with the folk music, Michael, there are other people who feel those things deeply that can't do what you do.
True.
Yes.
So you're able to interpret folk culture by your music and how that is put out.
So I have another job, basically.
There you go.
Yeah.
Another job. Yeah. There you go.
But it's always interesting and nice to kind of see how those spiritual things affect different people, much like how, bringing it back to the book, how Ti-Jeanne interpreted and felt it just wasn't for her. Although there are other circumstances, it drive her mad,
Yeah.
as the book had
And
said.
they resisted too. It was too much.
Too much. And then
much,
Ti-Jeanne was not. She was resistant, but she was also able to embody it.
Yeah. It's just the same way like grief or despair. Some people, it's too much. Them can't manage.
Yeah.
They can't sit around with people wailing. They can't deal with other people.
True.
It's almost like that's their thing. They're the fixer upper. They're picking up people. They're other people like, I cannot manage. I can't.
Yeah, I definitely can do
I
that.
think it's important to know yourself and understand that. And then as you grow and unfold, other things will appear. But sometimes to force yourself to say, oh, I want to be, as feel what Michael feels. It's like, no, that's not your ministry.
Yeah.
And be in tune to what appeals to you, what you respond to, or whether it's dreams or whatever. Because that's your journey, that's your ministry, quote unquote, and that's your, that's why you're here. And I think as people of color, people of African descent, people who are who are survivors of this amazing culture and history of people who were enslaved, is a powerful piece of who are you as you navigate the universe. Who are you and who walking with you? Who are your people? And like some of the old people ask you that, like to place you. Who Americans say, who you came to? Who you came to? Who's your king? Who are your people? Where you come from? Yeah, to place
a question with never an easy answer.
Never an easy answer.
From where we come from.
Exactly.
For Caribbean, surrounded by them Caribbean Sea, baby.
Yes.
It is the most complex thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why Caribbean people are able to understand so much more than, unfortunately for saying maybe some Black Americans or any other culture. I just think the way that we can connect to so many different things, because why would I hear, and I guess people don't understand, why would you hear and appreciate some Scottish and Irish flutes?
Because we're not being reductive. I think Americans on the whole are forced. I mean, maybe it's against their will, but forced because of their history, because of John Crow.
There's a beautiful interview with Joy Ann Reid, and she breaks it down much better than I could. This idea of why Black America, you're calling it Black America. It is all of these different, because all of the ships came to Caribbean territories in South America before they ended up. They took all the people from where we were and put them in the well, it wasn't the United States of America, but that land,
the colonies.
It's done very well. I have to find it, because that is a breakdown that I think is just said so well.
Yeah, and also interestingly, I find that a lot more African Americans are casting wider nets and exploring the complexities of their identities and their people. More and more people are saying, I'm much more than this, and there's this, and there's this, and there's this, and I'm a composite. So more people are doing a kind of exploration of their family history and family trees and all that stuff. Yeah, the complexities of our identities.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna put it. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I just found it. Okay.
You want me to show it?
Yes. It's not playing right now. Thank you. Have we? Has been a
look how we passed the hour. The conversation.
Oh, we have. Listen. Next time, tell us when we're meeting again, Michael. Tell us what we're doing.
In 2 weeks. So in that's the 12th of. Hold on.
And it's a wrap up.
It's a wrap up of this. Yeah. So let me look for the actual date.
So we're wrapping up final reflections and things, and a little more in-depth things on the Orishas.
Yes, and Fabian has to do a presentation.
I'm not.
The 12th of April. The 12th of April is the next one.
Okay.
The 12th of April. All right.
Yeah.
Brown girl in the ring. Tra-la-la-la-la.
Yes.
She looks like a sugar.
In a plum. Plum.
Or as she said in the book, she looks like a sugar and a plum.
And a plum.
Show me your motion. Tra-la-la-la-la. Come on, show me.
You know they don't play ring games anymore.
La, 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 la.
We were the last generation to play ring games.
Really?
Ring game not play. No, man.
No, man. Some of them are
Naturally, as a
Ring game
naturally
are played.
occurring thing, no.
Oh.
Cultural
Well,
spaces
yeah.
to teach them, but as in authentically playing in the yard.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But even when authentic play there, we did have to hear it and learn it from somewhere.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're not learning it.
Yeah. Well, unless them do.
So a teacher like me,
or a teacher like
drama
that who
class,
teaching
and
them,
I
yes.
formed them into a circle.
Yeah.
But you know how we kind of we knew it to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. Them game they're different. They might make sheep and put it in the water again. No, there's no need for that.
No, they don't know that.
Lego. They're putting Legos together.
Right.
They're creating content with it. Someone is
Yeah. Someone is doing it. Someone's doing it.
Someone is creating a ring game right now and
Yeah.
giving us the history of it, and you know.
No,
AI
but
is voicing it
I'm
over.
telling you.
Sometimes
I think
incorrectly,
like
but it's fine.
Yes.
10-year-old.
There's a really nice thing on that. Was it know your Caribbean? I love the work there.
Yeah, that's a nice account.
Really nice. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And there's another one that just came out. I look at for the next time. It's a guy and a girl that are doing a really nice thing about culture and history, and yeah, nice. And them young too. They're not young people.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I think the curiosity is out there.
Yes. Yes.
That has not deepened, but it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And in many ways, it is we who are teaching them why they would know sometimes.
Yes.
Because we've also already kind of made up our minds that they're uninterested. We, as in, this level, that they're uninterested because of other things. So we don't bother.
Yeah.
We don't bother.
And the spaces and opportunities to engage them for that.
Yeah.
Because like for me, like when I was in the high school system, I had the I was teaching English language, English literature, drama, and theater art. So I had space. Plus, I was coordinating the drama club, so I had space and time. So even my drama club, some of the lessons about character, our theme was a ring game. We do Manuel wrote. What is the theme? Who is the character? And it's so nice to hear some of them tell you, remember when we did that game, and I tell them what it was. And even in larger popular culture, I think using up the popular songs, or some of the things that happen, let's say in the African American space with Black Panther, and a generation of kids now who have now gone off to do research on other African countries, and sinners. That wonderful layering of culture and message and blues and all that stuff that Ryan Kluger them have done, that now people are now saying, oh, I didn't know that, and then they're now interested to go and do some research to find out. We need more of that in the space.
Whatever gets them there.
Look here. Tupac did say, with all of the things that we found troubling and the bad word and the thing, he got it to get the young men or the people to listen so they could hear Dear Mama. And so they could hear Sharon had a baby. And then so he was speaking to them. Brenda got a baby. He said that in an interview. He said, yeah.
I think about Sharon are pregnant. You're pregnant.
Sharon and Brenda.
Brenda got a baby. Sharon was pregnant.
Yes. Sharon are pregnant. You're pregnant. No, mama.
And before you get to be a woman, you've got to be a mother.
That's right. And Tony Dottie in a Nalo Hopkinson novel of Brown Early in the Ring. Dottie Tony.
Tony's a tragic figure.
Stinking Tony.
But he never banned like the other one there.
Oh no, Rudy are pure evil. Pure evil.
No, and Crack and Barry, Dottie Barry. crick crack.
Idiot them. You have to have the minions.
You have
Yes,
to.
yes.
Because even when did you hear when that little awful when them about pinning down about crucify, but clearly we're not going to get as familiar as I'd like to. But say, John Crow. Even in the midst of this, that's where your head going.
Always.
Yes.
These are the hyenas from Lion King.
Yes.
Yes, very much so. People, nice.
Yes, yes.
Nice. Antonio, we missed you.
Yes, we did.
Antonio.
And Shawna, we're glad you made it in. I see your voice came back.
Yes.
Well, it was when you push beyond.
Yes.
But I'm sure.
Try and say this for me. Bearded gal.
Bearded gal.
There you go.
Oh boy, big up Candy.
Big up Candy.
And that's the right pitch. You can hit the right pitch.
Yeah. I wish I could show that the Skettle Trump thing that I've been so.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
But we can big up Yardbridge.
Not that particular brown girl in the ring, no.
Yardbridge?
Where the unscripted series at Johnny's place.
Oh,
Pick up anything to because World Theatre Day was the other.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yes.
You know, people are concerned that theatre is not what it used to be in Jamaica, but it's going to take on different.
Why should it still be what it used to?
It's going to do different things. So
yes, as it
doing
should.
it. Through pantomime, still there, Ashes still
what it used to be. Yeah, man.
Unscripted is around.
And a whole new generation going. I see Carl and Alan have that staging poetry thing, and Joe and Amina do our thing. Yeah, man, make the pot stir up and people do different things.
There you go.
Yes.
there is.
And the film folks are doing their thing.
They're all doing
Film children are doing their thing. Caleb and Gabriel and Kurt and Noel, them are doing them thing.
Hey, come on now.
So who else we picking up? We're picking up audio with their things. Get audio, get the app, listen to them things.
When my voice gets back, I'm gonna contact them.
Very good.
Yes, yeah, man. Send them a voice. They have their do voice reels and they have you on file and play it for clients. Yeah, man. Send a voice reel.
Nice.
And, go there to check out
our
courses and
online.com.
the other things. Go there. A lot of the links are there as well.
Yes.
Including the link to this, if you don't miss it, and the other ones.
Yes.
So, the nether one, them. So
niceness.
Love, I know. Good to see you.
Enough love. Back again on the 12th.
Back again on the 12th.
Brown girl in the ring.
La 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 la.
Niceness.